So if you could just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Jenny. I'm 35 and I usually live in London, but I've been hiding from COVID up in the countryside in Suffolk.
What vaccine did you have?
I had the Pfizer vaccine.
How was the process of being vaccinated and how did you feel afterwards? And how long ago did you have the vaccine?
So I had the vaccine on the 21st of January, so that was about a month ago now. How was the process and how did I feel? It was really well organised. Obviously, as someone who's been shielding, potentially it could have been quite nerve-wracking to go to a place where there's lots of people. I was quite worried about infection risk and all that kind of thing, but it felt really well handled. I had it at my GP surgery and it had been set up so that there was really good social distancing. We used a different entrance from people who were visiting the GP for other reasons. And there was a queuing system in place with marquees outside in the car park, so you could queue outside even if it was bad weather. There was big gaps between everyone in the queue, and then I went into the back entrance of the GP surgery and I waited for a few minutes in a small room, like one of the GP's offices, where I was completely on my own. They had 2 or 3 rooms on opposite sides of the corridor, so you could sit and wait with nobody else in the room with you, which was really great. And I felt like I had lots of space and it was really safe. And yeah, I was able to just get ready in there, take my coat off, be ready for the jab. And then I went through into another one of the actual GP offices where there was a doctor who gave me the jab. She gave me some information first about it and asked me a few questions to make sure that it was going to be safe for me. And yeah, didn't really hurt. It was quick. And yeah, I was just really, really happy to have had it, to be honest. And then I had to wait for 15 minutes afterwards. They monitored me just to make sure that I didn't have any kind of bad reaction or anything like that before letting me go.
And did you have any kind of reaction to the vaccine afterwards?
Did I have any reaction afterwards? I had quite a sore arm, which was worst kind of the next day. So about 24 to 36 hours afterwards, my arm did feel quite achy, but that cleared up and went away. So within 48 hours, it was absolutely fine again. And actually, personally, I didn't have any other side effects at all. I was prepared that I might have some because, I know that some people have been having them. And the doctor who gave me the jab said, you might feel a little bit unwell afterwards. You might need to take some paracetamol or something. But no, actually, I was completely fine. So that was really good for me.
Why do you think it's important for people to be vaccinated against COVID?
Why do I think it's important for people to be vaccinated against COVID? Lots of reasons. So it's really our way out of lockdown, I think, to get as many people as possible protected against the disease. Personally, I was eligible for vaccine quite early because I'm recovering from treatment for leukemia. I had a stem cell transplant nearly a year ago, which means that my immune system is kind of quite weak. And I'd be potentially very, very vulnerable to serious illness or even death if I was to catch COVID. So getting vaccinated was really important for me in order to regain some of the freedoms that I've lost over the last year or so with shielding. But for me, a reason to encourage everybody to get vaccinated, even if you don't think you are so worried about protecting yourself, even if you're not vulnerable, is that there are people, including myself, for whom it's not known how well the vaccine will work. So my doctors can't guarantee me that I'll have the same positive reaction in my immune system that other people might get. And it might be that I get a bit less protection from the vaccine than a healthy person would get because of my weakened immune system. And there are also some people, like the position I would have been in a year ago, who won't be vaccinated because they currently don't have any functioning immune system, and a vaccine requires your immune system to harness the small amount of material that's put into you and to create antibodies on the basis of that. So if your immune system doesn't work, a vaccine's no good for you, and the only way that you will be protected is if other people around you get vaccinated, so that your risk of catching the virus from them is reduced. So I'd really encourage anybody who is wondering why they should bother to think about those people who perhaps can't have a vaccine or can't know that it will be effective, and how much it will mean to them to know that the people around them are doing everything they can to protect those who are more vulnerable.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, is there anything else I'd like to say? I think just to emphasize how easy and painless it was, and how, even though we talk about, oh, there might be risks with a vaccine, there might be unknowns, and maybe it's been produced too quickly, I think all of those risks are absolutely tiny compared to the risks that we all face from coronavirus, because coronavirus has, been causing serious illness and death in people of all ages, but particularly in, our nearest and dearest grandparents and older people and disabled people. And it's clear and obvious that that is a huge risk, and any risk from a vaccine is absolutely minuscule, and all of the evidence says that these vaccines work and they're safe and they're effective. And the reason they've been able to come up with these vaccines fast is because we've poured a lot of money into them, because this is going to be the way out of a massive global crisis. So yeah, I'd really encourage everyone to believe in that and to sign up as soon as you are invited.
Cool. Thank you for agreeing to be interviewed.
No problem.